Welcome to November 9th, 2018 broadcast.
I'm Tara.
I'm Jessenia.
And this week we're starting off a new teacher hot seat.
And which teacher might that be?
Miss Krueger.
Hope she doesn't like me.
Yeah. Sydney and Aiden are interviewing her.
Let's just roll the clip.
There are 7 new teachers here at Skyview Middle School, and one of them is Miss Krueger. Miss Krueger is a language arts teacher for the 6th grade for B team, and she is the teacher hot seat this week. So let's go interview her.
What's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory was getting my first teaching job. It's a hard knock life out there, and getting a teaching job was kind of rough, especially right out of college. So I just remember doing the interview and then getting the phone call saying that you got the job, and I was just like super excited. My life's about to change because it's an actual career versus just a job that I used to work at like Sears and stuff like that. So I was pretty excited about that.
Why did you become a language arts teacher?
I became a language arts teacher because when I was a kid growing up, I used to struggle with reading and writing. So I wanted to become a teacher so that I could help my students and know how they felt and make sure that they're engaged in the reading and that they enjoy reading, because when I was a kid, I didn't enjoy reading. So I want to make sure my students have that opportunity to find something that they enjoy. So I also like the grammar piece where you get to do the parts of speech and do little games with it, Mad Libs and stuff like that.
What's your favorite thing about being a teacher?
My favorite thing about being a teacher, of course, is you get the holiday breaks off to spend quality time with your family, and I don't have to take off work. And my other part is you get to see the students' growth, so you get to see them where they begin at the beginning of the year, to see where they end, see how much they're learning in that course. And then if you're here long enough, you get to see them in 8th grade academic accomplishments, which is awesome to see, knowing that I had an effect in their life.
What's your favorite restaurant, and what do you get at that specific restaurant?
My favorite restaurant is hands down Texas Roadhouse, because they have the best steak in town at a decent price. You're not paying an arm and a leg to eat there. I usually get the sirloin with loaded mashed potatoes, and it's that house salad with the bread rolls. It's golden.
What's your favorite hobby?
It's probably gonna have to be softball, because I feel like that's all I do on the weekend. It's a form of exercise, and I get to be competitive and not lose my edge that I had once in college. I do enjoy playing softball just as a hobby, and I have picked up bowling as well in a bowling league. I'm pretty good at that too. Bowling and softball, I'd have to say, are my hobbies right now.
What's your favorite thing to do in Colorado?
Well, recently my favorite thing that I tried this summer was whitewater rafting. I've never done that before. I've been kayaking, and I was a little nervous because it's whitewater rafting in Colorado on the Colorado River, which is not small. I'm sorry, on the Arkansas River. So it was really intense and fun, and at the same time, like, it was a complete workout, and it was kind of like a father-daughter road trip. So it kind of had a little memory impact there. So
Interviewing Miss Krueger was so much fun.
Hopefully she has a long career and a great time here. Back to you, anchors!
Wow, she sounds really nice.
Yeah, she does.
Hey, have you ever wondered what life would be like if you didn't have arms?
Why would I ever think of that?
Because our next time is the Not My Arms Challenge.
Oh,
Made by Doug, Alyssa, Taylor, and Alana.
huh. That sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Let's see it.
Hello, and welcome to the first Not My Arm Challenge at Skyview Middle School. I'm your host, and this is Coach Smith.
Howdy, fellas. I make sure everybody follows their rules.
I'm the judge. I rate the competitor's performance and pick the winner.
Now, let's explain the challenges. In this challenge, you will be doing tests using someone else's arms. One person stands in front and says what they are doing.
And the other person stands behind them to use their arms to do what the other person is saying. Then they switch positions and complete the task again. After that, the judge rates them.
So in this challenge, you will have to tie your shoe.
Our contestants this time are Miss Williams and Miss Mary.
After this first round, I rated that 5 out of 10. The second task is to draw a picture. I'm here with Hailey Urban and Tanae Davis. Get ready? Set, go. I rate that a 7 out of 10. For the third challenge, the team must drink glasses of water. This team is made up of
Eli Soto.
and
Wiersema.
the winner of that challenge is Eli. I rate the first challenge an 8 out of 10 and the second challenge a 5 out of 10.
In this challenge, 2 kids will have to brush their teeth.
The competitors are
Isabella on piano. Hailey Greenwald.
the winner of this challenge is Hailey.
In this segment, we're gonna build a gingerbread house.
Our contestants this time are
Cheyenne Touart.
Carly Boyd. I rate that a 3 out of 10. That was the first Not My Arms challenge here at Skyview Middle School. I congratulate the winner. They did very well.
We hope you enjoyed.
Back to you, Anchors!
That was very interesting, right, Tara? Definitely. So what'd you do this week? I took some pictures and put on my Instagram. I got a whole 2 likes.
Wow, 2 likes. Speaking of photos, Jack, Connor, and Sophia are doing the photo slideshow.
Oh, this I gotta see. Those were some cool pictures.
Yeah, agreed. Much better than yours.
Moving on, have you heard of Tabletop Games Club?
Oh yeah, I heard there's a commercial about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good because Alicia, Quentin, and Kaden are doing it.
Huh, that sounds cool. I'd like to learn more about that.
Let's see it.
Everybody likes tabletop games, right? Well, there's a club at school where you can play them. Tabletop is a club where you play all sorts of games. You play board games such as Clue and Dicecapades, and card games like Magic the Gathering.
Tabletop is a place where everybody can come and play a lot of nerdy board games and card games. Tabletop, we play nerdy board games and card games like Munchkin, Betrayal at the House on the Hill, Clue, and Uno and Phase 10 and whatnot. What makes tabletop fun is that you can play with other people, and Miss San Giorgi and I sometimes play those games as well.
I joined Tabletop because I like playing board games. In Tabletop Club, you play board games, surprisingly. Tabletop meets on Wednesdays.
Sum it up. Tabletop is a club. It is where you get to play fun board games and socialize with friends. You can join it. You should join it. You must join it. You can grab a sign-up sheet outside of Miss San Giorgi's room. If you have any questions, please email Mr. Cox at mcox@d49.org or Miss San Giorgi at jsangiorgi@d49.org.
What's your favorite board game?
Monopoly, my favorite piece is a sheep piece.
Don't you mean the Scotty dog?
Sure, but it doesn't matter. Sheep has the coolest brains.
I mean, I guess I've never seen one though.
How convenient! Because our next segment, Mason and Bryce are dissecting sheep brains with Miss Raz.
Okay, let's see it.
I'm Mason. I'm here with
Sean Foley.
I'm going to be asking a few questions. Sean, do you think forensics is fun?
Yes.
Why?
Because we get to do some cool stuff and it's pretty easy of a grade.
Sean, what's your favorite thing about dissecting the sheep brains?
My favorite part was whenever you got to name the areas of the brain with the flags.
Sean, why'd you sign up for forensics?
So I could get away with murder.
What?
Never mind. So I just want to be a forensic scientist when I grow up.
The brain controls voluntary and involuntary actions. The human brain weighs 3 pounds, while the sheep brain only weighs 1. 20% of the blood and oxygen we get goes to the brain. The blood vessels in the brain stretch out almost 100,000 miles.
Why'd you join forensics?
I joined forensics because as a future career, I want to be a medical examiner. I knew that this class would actually help me with that.
How did you like dissecting the sheep brain?
I like dissecting the sheep brain because it was fun to, see the different parts of the brain, actually seeing it like a real brain. So yeah.
What's your favorite thing about forensics?
My favorite thing about forensics is that I get to learn stuff that I never really knew in the beginning. So it's actually all parts of it is my favorite.
Back to you, anchors.
Wow, that's graphically educational and fun, right, Jessenia?
Yeah, agreed. It was fantastico.
Ah, that's right. Our next segment is an interview with Miss Johnson.
Ah, yes. Done by Michaela, Jade, and Allie.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'd actually like to learn more about her. Let's see it.
If you don't already know, Miss Johnson is a Spanish teacher. She's been teaching here for 6 years, but she's been a teacher for 9 years. Last year on March 30th, she had a baby girl at St. Francis Medical Center.
So our pregnancy was kind of surprise. So I actually was terrified and really, really scared inside. We took 3 pregnancy tests, and I remember just sitting on the toilet and kind of crying, being so afraid I wouldn't be a good mom, I wouldn't know what to do with a baby. And I was actually really, really afraid. But I adjusted. My husband kind of reassured me that everything's gonna be okay, we'll work as a team. So we got through it, but my first initial feeling was pure terror.
When she first found out she was pregnant, she was really scared. It was her first child. She was nervous that she would not be a good mother. She told her husband and called some of her friends to tell them that she was expecting. Her whole life was about to change.
So I actually wanted to keep it a secret for a while. I had a couple of students that knew I was pregnant just because their families go to the same gym as me at Lifetime Fitness. So they knew, but I had talked to them to keep it a secret. I mean, I didn't want it to impact how kids saw me in the classroom or things to be weird. And then once your belly starts to show, it can't be really a secret anymore. And so I know after right about fall break-ish, it was kind of the secret was broken and kids knew I was pregnant. Things didn't really change. Kids didn't treat me any weirder. I had to walk a lot slower in the hallway. I mean, the bigger you get, the more you waddle down the hallway, but that was about it. It didn't really change much. I would be a little bit less energetic in the classroom, less wanting to be walking around all the time, but it didn't change too much for me.
There were many ups and downs during her pregnancy. She dealt with morning sickness and she was always tired. She had weird food cravings. She couldn't do the things she normally did, like work out at the gym because she was very tired.
So I think the hardest part about being a mother for me was just the extreme life change and transition. A lot of people tell you when you have a baby, you know, you're gonna have less sleep and just all the things with the crying and the sleep. But it kind of threw me for a loop and shocked me. Like my baby would wake up every hour and a half to 2 hours, and I'm someone that sleeps poorly as it is, so my insomnia kicked in hardcore. And for a few months, I feel like I just didn't sleep at all. So I feel like I went a little bit insane. But then she started getting a little bit more of a sleep pattern, and my husband helped me with the late night wake ups. And so I feel like probably after about a year, honestly, I turned a little bit back to the normal Mrs. Johnson as far as my sleeping. So I didn't per se have like weird food cravings. You hear about some moms that like eat like pickles and mayo and it's disgusting, or like hamburgers with peanut butter. I didn't have anything weird like that, but I had weird phases, I guess. I would go through a phase where I wanted Jell-O all the time. And so my husband stocked up our fridge and it was like all Jell-O in 2 of the rows of the fridge, strawberry Jell-O. And then after that I liked cereal for a while, so we bought like a ton of cereal for our house. And then I went through like a healthy phase, I guess you would say, and I would eat like avocados and mangoes towards the end of my pregnancy, but nothing weird, just separate little phases of cravings.
On March 30th at 9:32 a.m., Miss Johnson gave birth to Maya Grace Johnson, her first daughter. She was really excited. After about 3 days in the hospital, she brought her baby home. Miss Johnson had to overcome the difficulty of being a new mother. She has adjusted well, getting used to waking up for her baby and caring for her child and herself, and is very happy. Having a baby was a really big adjustment. Normally she would go to bed pretty late. She didn't get to stay up late anymore. She was losing so much sleep because her daughter kept her up at night when she had to go feed her. She had to get used to not getting enough sleep, waking up to feed her, and working with her husband to keep up with her. Although it was hard at first, she got in the groove of taking care of her child. She got up when the baby was up. She had to get used to a regular feeding schedule. She adjusted to being a mother with not getting a lot of sleep and trying to get back into her schedule and getting in a habit of caring for her child. She and the rest of her family are very happy together.
Oh wow, we got to learn more about her. That was nice.
Yeah, I didn't know some of those things about her.
Anyway, it's time for those weekly announcements.
Yay, I can finally remember them.
Okay, they're done by Connor, Sophia, and Jack.
Let's see what announcements we have this week.
Skyview's Harvest of Love runs November 1st through November 15th. Bring money and non-perishable food items. Every $1 equals 10 pounds of food. Skyview Middle School during first period. Donations will be collected during Reach. Skyview Middle School Spotlight Skate Night, Friday, November 9th, 6 to 10 p.m. at Skate City, Austin Bluffs Parkway. Your school receives $1.50 for each coupon redeemed.
Those are some pretty important announcements.
Yeah, but sadly, it's the end of this week's broadcast.
Well, it's not over yet.
What do you mean?
We still have the credits.
Oh yeah, I love the credits.
Let's hope Jack's at the end this time.
Yes, agreed.
Roll the credits!